If your agency is worth a darn, they're going to talk about schema a lot. You're going to hear about it all the time. It is a good barometer, and it's worth that time, effort, and energy for them to go through the process of getting it right and then to continue to edit, elevate it, and make it better because our schemas are evolving consistently.
Welcome back to the Sterling Family Law Show, the podcast designed to help family attorneys build the firm of their dreams. Today, we are continuing our deep dive into SEO and online visibility for our family law firm friends. We have our normal attendees and guests, Tony Carls, who is the co-founder of our very own law firm, Sterling Lawyers, and Nick Perot, who heads up all things websites at Rocket Clicks. And fair warning, team, we're going to go deep into the weeds today. We are going to talk about structured data and schema, both things I know nothing about. So bear with me as I navigate this with our lovely guests. We have 5 items that we're going to want to discuss. The first is defining your firm as a legal service / local business. Nick, what does this have to do with schema and structured data?
Well, maybe a quick word about schema, just generally. So schema is a machine language. That's what we mean when we talk about it. That allows us in a very deliberate and clear, structured way communicate directly to the search engines. So in a language that is very, very easy to understand. So we want to take advantage of schema because it's like it's just an immediate way to communicate with those search engines. So we are able to describe our business from kind of the very highest level of category down to the details that make our business, what it is. So the first thing that we really want to do is establish your law firm as a legal service, which is part of local business. So it's the category that matters most. Here we are. This is what we do. So we're going to use it for factual items: name, address, phone number, website, type of business, logo, all these details that make your business what it is from a thing standpoint. And tie that all up with a nice little bow on it. Legal service. Here's how legal services show up.
And at the highest level, listeners, 42 or more % of your family law cases will come from near me searches, come from Google Maps. And the way you rank locally is through optimized information like Nick is talking about. And so while it may seem like we're getting in the weeds, this stuff really, really matters to family law firms. And so make sure to listen up.
Yeah, the alternative to not doing this is you are hoping that either Google or an LLM will figure it out on their own correctly. So if you have an opportunity to speak to a robot, which search engines and LLMs are, in their own language, it behooves you to do so because you're going to have an advantage over the firms that don't speak directly to those robots in their language. Rather, hope they figure it out on their own. So these are pretty significant opportunities for quick wins. They are very technical, but doing them has advantages because a lot of firms aren't taking advantage of these things.
Yeah, most business owners just generally, and for your law firm, you're going to want to work with a developer here to implement this correctly. It is highly structured. It is code-based. The things that matter, I'd say legal service being the key schema to leverage for things like firm name, logo, phone, website, office addresses, opening hours, and then areas served is a gold mine for law firms. One of the things we really want to be mindful of is that we're consistent in the right places and unique on a per page basis in the other places. And so it is very technical, and very important to be specific and correct.
We're not just talking about Google, right? I mean, there's directories and FindLaw and SuperLawyer that all need this information as well.
Yeah, the JSON that we're kind of talking about, it's the language we're really talking about here. Everybody uses it. Every large system leverages it, can read it, can parse it. If they're not leveraging these schemas, they're wasting their times, and they're not going to get their apps off the ground. This is like fundamental now.
Yes,
that's the way I think about it.
Can't believe I got that one right. Number 2, use schema to clarify practice areas and locations. Nick, this is exactly what you're talking about, right?
Yep. So we've established our category. Now we want to use it on our service pages and location pages to really like reinforce the structure of our site, reinforce the content of the pages, and really speak specifically to the search engines again, or the LLMs, to say this page, this content, it matches. We can use it to really speak to the nuance that makes maybe one page different from another that would seem like maybe there's some overlap. We can really establish it through the schema that these are distinct pages, distinct audiences, and that can really help our pages rank where we expect them to rank.
Beautiful. Anything else there?
No, there's a lot of opportunity here, and working with someone that kind of understands it technically can unlock a lot of that. So, like specifically for location pages, you can like clearly communicate with kind of with the bots. Not only is this your main page, but these are other pages that are also about your page that you own, such as like a Facebook page, Facebook location page, a FindLaw page that's talking about that location. So you can go through and like on your Milwaukee location page, you can also list here are other offsite references to the same thing. It's going to then follow those and validate your information, and it's going to build strength in exactly what you're doing. And it's going to mean your page is more trusted, which is going to equal higher ranking opportunity for you for your page organically as well as through maps. So like there's a lot here to leverage. There's a lot of, if you dig deep into schema, there's a lot of different opportunities to leverage within it.
Nick, do you update the schema on the back end, like in WordPress? Is that where someone would go in?
Yeah, I mean, typically we would update it through the CMS, WordPress in this case, and we'd likely leverage some custom build to be able to manage schema directly on a per page basis. It has to be done on a per page basis. I mean, to really get the value out of it. I guess this would be a corner that I see cut a lot is you get local service schema or business schema at the top level. So your whole website gets one local schema applied to it. It's the same on every page. There's nothing unique to separate it from any, like your homepage from a practice area page. And if every page is the same, then you've just sort of wasted that effort. We really want to get specific and tie things together and kind of build a web of our own.
Yeah, and you can. Well, I've seen where you on a location page you have the wrong schema for the wrong location. Sure. Just copy and paste it over. So like you have your Milwaukee one set up, and you're like, oh, I'm going to open in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Cool. I think I just need to copy this JSON schema over to this one, and it literally is going to talk about Milwaukee. That Oconomowoc page is not going to rank. That's what's going to happen. Like it's going to actually hurt you. So this is definitely a per page scenario. It's not like globally implement for every single page the same thing over and over again, because like basically what you're saying is every page on my site is the exact same thing. All of you robots, make sure you see that every single page on my site is the exact same thing. You should devalue all of them because none of them are important because they're all the same.
I would consider this a consistent effort as well. Like, I mean, if your agency is worth a darn, they're going to talk about schema a lot. You're going to hear about it all the time. And it is a good barometer. And it's worth that time, effort, and energy for them to go through the process of getting it right and then to continue to edit, elevate it, and make it better because our schemas are evolving consistently.
Well said. Okay, moving on to item number 3, markup FAQs and FAQ pages with Schema. So we're just going down the ladder.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it at the business level, but there are some opportunities from a content standpoint. You've got FAQ page schema that allows you to say very directly, these are real questions asked by my clients, and here's a real answer from an expert in the field. So like we have that ability to really like communicate directly and say we've got answers. It requires discipline to do this well, or to do this really at all. And it is worth that time to do. And this is another thing that communicates very well to search engines and LLMs alike, to help prove out that you have, an expert offering.
Yeah, I mean, all of this stuff we're talking about is a lot where typically I'll get really frustrated when I have to talk with a person about the importance of this versus like, oh, let's just build tons and tons of blog articles. Let's just keep dumping a whole bunch of crappy content on the site. When you're not doing some of these things, it's all just a waste. Like you're not actually doing anything. And there's so many things you can do on just the specific pages you already have that will increase your overall traffic, improve your rankings from a position perspective, and drive not only like visibility, but also relevant traffic that's going to aid in your overall business growth long term, without just spamming the heck out of the internet with a whole bunch of thin pages that don't really say anything. This is the technical, somewhat boring on-site SEO that you should be doing that oftentimes isn't done because a business owner might not understand what it is, and an unsophisticated SEO isn't prescribing. They're just like, yeah, let's just put up a whole bunch of content. And you're like, yeah, that sounds good. You're creating more pages for me. That's got to be good for Google. It's like, no, you might actually just be creating a whole bunch of thin content where you're going to hit a spam algorithm penalty, and then you're going to see your whole site be penalized. So there's a whole bunch of things like this that when we're talking about on-site SEO that are really important and really impactful, that isn't like create more junky content. Just create good content, mark it up correctly, organize it correctly, structure it correctly on the site, and you're going to see your business grow as a result.
Love it. Now on to articles, blogs, and videos.
Yeah. So one of the benefits of Schema just generally is that it can help us establish different hierarchies and different descriptions on our website to say, to better communicate what kind of information someone might expect. And we can be detailed about sort of that meta kind of those meta types of information. So we can define on our site, these are articles. These are blog posts. And one that I really like a lot is this is a video. And why I really like the video, a lot like the overall sort of business local service category, a legal service category for your website. Well, we can talk about what makes this video distinct. The reality is search engines aren't watching the videos. They need additional information to really parse out what is happening in this video. It would be the LLMs can watch videos and interpret, but it would be a huge effort when they can just read the structured data and find out what is actually going on in this video. Then it's pretty simple to kind of math out whether or not it's true or valid based on the interactions. So don't sleep on videos. It's super important to embed video object, and you can really tie things together nicely and get those descriptions in there. Just be complete and be accurate.
And we say this a lot, right? The family law firm space is extremely competitive, and there's only a few firms that are going to make it in each kind of geo, and every little thing matters here. Okay, fifth and final point. Let's keep our schema clean accurate, and manageable.
I'll say it again. It's super important that your schema is accurate and true. And it's not something that you set and forget. It's something that you return to and really refine, because broken schema, broken structured data can instantly tank a page. I mean, send confusing signals and basically break all the equity that you're trying to build. So it's really important to get it right. And it's a necessary tool. I would look at this as being absolutely necessary in the modern web to showing up very highly, whatever the search engine is, however things shake out. This is going to be one of the defining factors in your ability to show up above your competitors.
Yes. Really appreciate you guys going deep into the weeds with us today. This stuff matters. So please listen and re-listen and get this stuff right so your law firm can thrive. Gentlemen, appreciate it. We will see you on the next one.